Do you know that when you expect things to happen, good or bad, they happen? We call this the law of attraction. It's called the law of attraction. You can attract good things, bad people, or just about anything you don't want or anything you want. And this is according to the way you think and what you think about. Now, as I said, a man and his wife came to me for help, and they were down on their last. The wife started to cry. She said, "Dr. Cross, I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know what we're going to do. We only have $6 between the two of us. We don't have any food to eat tonight. We just don't know what we're going to do." And the wife just broke down in tears, just hysterically. She's crying. And the two of them had come to me for help, as so many people do. They had come to me because they had watched a TV program that day in which I talked about how to attract money and success and prosperity. And the wife went on to say, "Dr. Cross, there isn't anything wrong with us. A few dollars or a few $100 won't cure. All we need is a little something to help us out. All we need is a little something to help us out until my husband can find a job. Dr. Cross, isn't there something you can do to help us, please, right now?" And I said, "Yes, there is something and someone that can help you. That someone that can help you is yourself. And I'll show you and tell you how to do it. And that something is the power of God within you. I know you need money. I know you need a job. But Mr. and Mrs. Jackson," that was their last name, "Mr. and Mrs. Jackson, these are only small needs. And these are only surface needs. These are only things that are on the top. Your money needs will be met, I know it. But there is something else that you must know. You must believe in God. Believe God is the source of your supply." And I went on to explain the spiritual side, the spiritual principle in the couple's problems. To me, there was no doubt, they were facing hard times and they needed help. And they were in need. Their supply had come to a stop. Money was needed to meet their pressing needs. But their lack of money was not the real problem. Being broke and without money was merely the symptom of a larger problem within their minds and hearts. And after I prayed for them, after I explained how enemies and bad luck was responsible for their money problems, and I said to them a little cute thing, I thought it was cute. I said to you, if you're in the red, perhaps your money thinks that you're dead. Listen to it. If you are in the red, always finding yourself in the red, maybe your money thinks that you're dead. Money doesn't come to dead people. I told one of my associates that earlier today, and I says, "You know, money doesn't come to dead people." He says, "Oh, yes, it did. I read where the government is sending out millions and millions of dollars to dead farmers. They've been dead for years." And I said, "Really?" And he said, "Oh, yeah. Of course, it's a mistake. It wasn't done intentionally. But the family, long after the person had deceased, they continued to receive those big checks. I can't say whether it's good or bad. But if you're always in the red, perhaps your money thinks that you're dead." Now, as I was saying, sometimes I get off the subject because other things come into my mind and I talk about things that I feel will be of interest to you. But we were talking about this couple that had their money problems. We knew that they had money problems. I knew that they had money problems. And this is true in most cases that I work on. The root of the real problem, the roots of their problem, did not happen overnight. Your problems don't happen overnight. They're a long time coming. So the man had held good paying jobs, but there was jealousy and envy on his job, and he became unhappy, and later he was fired. He held other jobs, but he was let go through no fault of his own. How many times have that happened to you? Or has it ever happened to you? because sometimes you can have people stabbing you in the back, people talking behind your back, people talking about things about you that are not true, and you wind up losing your job and getting a bad mark on your job report card, or get written up for something that was not your responsibility. I know that happens. But this situation, now with all of his money gone, and having borrowed as much money from everyone that would loan him money, and he was evicted from his apartment. The couple had taken a security job, a job as security guards, in return for a little tiny living space. So the couple told me that they were willing to do anything to make their lives right. Anything. You know, I could have given them a few $100s or even more. The need was there, but I decided not to. And you can say, well, Dr. Cross, you're really a tightwad, you're stingy. No, because had I given them money, that would only have helped them for right then and there. What about tomorrow? What about next week? What about next year? So I had to give them an understanding that the power of God is within them, which will allow them to have anything they want to have in the event that they want to have it. Now, as I said, if I were really going to help them, if I were really going to help these people, I had to give them something more valuable than money. And you're probably saying, Dr. Cross, what is more valuable than money? Well, I explained to them that if they were going to be helped, we needed to work with something very special. Something very special that worked. So I gave this couple something to take home with them. And we prayed. And we asked God for a miracle blessing. And when I finished with this special prayer treatment that I prayed for them, and when I finished, fantastic things happened. They were thrilled. They were happy.